Hello. So I thought this time I might do some long form videos. I've been recording a lot of like product videos, and this time I thought, hey, like, why not do a long form video? And then I bumped into the topic of the IDEs, which we call them like, I mean, they are not traditional IDEs. You don't look at code or edit code anymore, but I've been using multiple of them for various purposes, and I have some thoughts. So I think what I used most is Conductor. It's really good, but I also use Claude Code directly in the terminal, and I have started using Codex. Um, so yeah, and there are like few good and bad things about all three of them. So we can go through one by one, and in my experience, I think the Conductor has been like the number one uh, agent orchestration, if what you call that. So yeah, so let's see. We have Conductor open, so I think it's a pretty neat UI. And then the cool thing about this is that we can have all our projects here. So you can see there are like 12 projects here, and then you can work parallelly in uh, all of them. As you know, like we all like to run 10 to 15 different agents. So I think like cool part about this is you have this unified way of dealing with all the projects in this window, and then you can create different work trees. So I don't know if you're working with Opus or you have GPT-4, whatever model you want to use, but everything creates a work tree, which helps a lot when you're like doing multiple features, bug fixes, and everything. So you can just like write here, hey, can you fix the UI bug? Which just say a UI bug. So it just runs that model. It's doing something. It'll ask questions. It is a nice way of like showing you all whatever it is doing, right? And then you can create another work tree that doesn't affect the existing one. So that's really, really, really useful. I think that's probably the best feature of Conductor is no matter what model are you using, it has work tree enabled. Okay, so that's one. Then actually PR management, like okay, like we still have to create PR, review, merge, whatnot. So it has really nice way you can create a PR here. So like okay, it has a PR skill which you can create PR here, and it automatically creates a PR from that branch, and then it just checks what are the uncommitted stuff. If there is something which is not pushed, it'll push it. And then once while you are doing a PR review, you can actually review your code, right? So one click, like you can do parallelly, you can create a PR while it reviews the code. So that's super cool. Like I don't have to like go and type here like, hey, what kind of review or a skill or like whatever. It has already inbuilt, unless I have other skills which I want to execute, which I can just use it by slash commands, right? And so okay, you see it has created a PR, so you can go and check while it's reviewing it. That's it'll just review, it'll just tell you everything. So that's super good. Oh, one thing we have, like any PR you create, it fetches the code from the remote git. So it's not like you have to do git pull every time you create a new work tree. You don't. That's another way like you avoid merge conflicts. So that's another cool stuff. and like we have a good view of sub agents. Like they like really need UI stuff you can do here. Like hey, it's thinking mode, it's agent here. You can like maximize them to see, open that, and then so that's very good. So and then like you're working on multiple projects, so you open this another project, right? And then you can create another work tree here. So like, and then you can see it's working right behind the scenes. So like super cool project management, right? And you don't have to worry about, hey, I have to check out a branch, I have to push the code, create the PR, review it. There's no like reason for you to go to GitHub and like do any manual stuff. And then it also has like terminal right here. So if you want to run something, like, just quickly check it. Oh, I realized they released a recent feature where you can have the big terminal. What was the command? Command Shift T. I think it's experimental, but it just runs Claude. So you can have a native Claude view here, which is cool, I guess. So that's pretty good. Okay, so it's still so it does a lot of interesting reviews. So it makes sure it's compliant with your Claude.md. You have bug scanning, and you can actually, I think you can edit this. I'm not completely sure to have your own. But I've not done it. I have my own skill which I sometimes run, adversarial review skill. But anyway, this review is also really helpful. All right, so that's good part about Conductor. I really like it. If you haven't used it, you should use it. At least try it once. What's not good? Okay, I think okay, one thing I really hate about Conductor is the environment file management. So let's say I have a repo, I have a local env which I have not pushed. Now you can do it, you can set up that script. So but you go to the project and then you can have setup script here and whatnot, but the problem is you need to know what right envars you want to, like, let's say if you want to copy .env, right? So you have to actually do, I actually see, I forgot about it. I don't even know what the thing is. Okay, yeah, here. So you have to do this ugly stuff. So you have to remember that, hey, I have this conductor root path, and then I have to copy from this to this. I mean, why? Like, like make it easier. Like at least provide a user to, they don't have to go to your docs to check it, right? So that's something I think can be improved, where you don't need to remember what envar you need, what to like copy from the root, like a root project, whatever the local file you have, to this work tree, because work tree is a totally separate thing, right? So that's, I don't like. Okay, like see, back to this. So we have a PR review summary, we have issue, it like told us the issue about it, but then cool thing is you can merge from here, and you can see the checks here, which is also super good. Like you can see all the CI here, and then you can merge it. And another cool thing about it is, like, if you have a merge conflict by any chance, then it shows right here that resolve merge, and then you can just click it, it'll resolve it, and then it'll push it. So I feel like the all nasty GitHub things we used to do, it's gone from this. And then it does it cleanly because it's its own work tree, so you can work parallelly on multiple things. Okay, so back to bad things. The environment config copying sucks. I don't want to remember that. Please give me a better way. I also feel it works good for Opus, but GPT, I don't know. I don't know if it's the model or the way they are handling it. It doesn't work. So we will go through Codex, which I think is better. But yeah, I mean, you can, good thing is you can switch here. It'll open a new window. You can actually add the context from previous window and then run it. So that's pretty good. Again, like you see, right? Like if you're working with multiple projects, working with multiple models, how Conductor makes it easier. So it's probably the best tool I have used to manage. I think they are working on their mobile version, so that would be super awesome. Okay, so that's about Conductor, the good and the bad. Then let's go to the second one, which is plain vanilla Claude Code. Okay, I like Claude Code. I think it's good, but um, it just definitely only works with obviously Anthropic models. So you can just do use Opus here. So if you're just using Opus, sure. I still think Conductor is better, but um, yeah, I think I like the way like easy access to tools, plugins. I think same. It feels a little bit more natural using Claude Code here. And then what else is good about this? It also, I think the color scheme, the fonts and all feel like pretty good. And then like when you do something, what's the what's this project about? So basically it just say bank, all these quick quirky things, which is like really good. So I like it. It's good. Um the bad things. Here are the bad things about Claude Code. You It's so hard to read and everything. Like let's say you plan something, it creates a markdown file of plan. Now like where do I look at it? Like I have to open it somewhere else, and then like reading all this stuff in terminal, yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, unless you don't read, which is fine, that's also good. But it's really really not reading friendly. And then like even the changes, like the serial file changes is like super annoying. Like even like not nobody looks at the code anymore. If I want to look at the code, which I do sometimes, it's kind of annoying, right? So yeah, you can't, like, I mean, maybe it's the limitations of TUI, but it's really painful to look at the code. So compared to Conductor, it's easy to look at diff. Like you can, I guess we can go back, and then you see the changes. You just click on the changes, you can see, and like it's just very very comfortable UI here. um okay, so that's one thing. What else? Oh yeah, so again, if you have to create a work tree, you have to do Claude minus W. By default it'll go to main branch. So either you can set an alias, but like what if you forget it? Then I've ran into issues where you mess up, like there are two terminals running. I think another part is working with multiple projects, which everybody does now. You have to like have multiple terminal session. You use tmux, or you can like I use warp, which kind of like you can just split plane right or left, and then you have to start another to make sure to you have to remember to do Claude minus W, or you can set an alias for it, so that's also fine. Then only it kind of will open a new work tree. So you can see there is a new work tree right here. So yeah, there's some like manual stuff you have to do it. And then you can actually use the commit push PR skill, or whatever that was. I forgot what that was. Was it commit push PR? Let's see, commit push PR, which kind of creates everything in one go, which is nice. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I like the it's easier to load plugins and all this stuff. It feels a little bit more fun than Conductor, but again, hard to read, hard to manage branches and whatnot. So Conductor kind of really wins there. Okay, so that's all about Claude Code. Next, I think the last one I use is Codex. Okay, I think again, so compared to Conductor and Codex for GPT models, I do think Codex somehow works better. Don't ask me why. But like, yeah, I think it's kind of easy to read too. So it creates all those markdown file changes. You can like look at those changes in line, which is good. And then okay, that's good. So works with OpenAI models. Recently started using automation, so like every day you can like scan the bugs. I think Claude just released it today or yesterday, I forgot. But okay, these automations are pretty good. So you can like just say that, hey, uh, every day run this on my code, look at the last commits, find bugs, and like you can add your own. So these are pretty good. So you can see like it's running and it's actually saving it in memory. See what it ran till what commit it looked. And then if you haven't pushed anything, then it will just say, hey, like no new commit got pushed. I'm chilling. I'm not gonna review it. So that's pretty good. So I like the automations part here. I haven't really used the plugins yet since I recently started using it, but I'm assuming this will be good. But automations, I feel like very, very good. Where you're working in 10 repository, you can also like maybe like have an automation which like, hey, create bugs and then fix it, send a PR and whatnot. Okay, so that's good. I think good things. Okay, bad things. Okay, work tree management. Okay, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't want to manually go create branches, right? Like, why do I have to do that? Just like every thread, or maybe I'm too much conductor familiar. Every thread should be a separate work tree and just work on that. Like, why do I have to manually like go here and like change the branch? Like, no, I don't want to do that. So that can be improved. And then what else? Somebody, yeah, PR lifecycle is hard too. Like they have this option of commit push PR, but it's like it's a lot of manual steps you need to do, and you need to uh like intentionally like do like come. You can commit, you can push, you can create PR, but again there is no work tree, so like you can mess up. So I feel it's not as intuitive as it could be. So that's another issue with Codex, so that it can be improved, I think. So yeah, PR lifecycle is not that good. Oh, there is no code review button. Like everybody wants review. Like okay, you can do this, yeah, reasoning, but like yeah, just give me a like. Everybody would want a review. Like if you're not doing review to your code, I don't know what they're doing. So yeah. Um, let's see what I have. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe I missed some good parts or some more bad parts of it. Maybe I'm not using it, but this is what I felt after using all three of them. And then, yeah, I still use mostly Conductor, but I use it with both the models. I think that sometimes really help. Like I write code with one, review with other, or like switch exchange, like or if my limit gets hit, I'll use the other one. So yeah, that's about it. Hope it was informational. Hope it was good. If you have any tips and tricks on any of the three which elevates your uh, work, day-to-day work, let me know in the comments. And yeah, have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.